It says that we're live. Oh wow, the quality on this isn't great. But mic is working perfectly. Like the other stream looked absolutely HD like. So kudos to that one. But I might use them more in the future. Um, it was such a pain in the bum to get this one going properly. So hopefully it's not like 3,000 screens. So, 3 people. Hello, 3 people. I'm just quickly making sure that the other streams, there's not like multiple ones of the same one. That the other one is processing and it's updated. Oh, that's still going. That's fine. Let's have a cheeky look. So I will answer questions. It looks like things are fine. I'll deal with that later. So let's talk. Yes, well, happy 15th birthday to you, Doomsday. I hope you had a great day. Did you do anything fun? What were your plans? I hope you ate tons of cake because cake is the more important thing on birthdays at times, I think. Sometimes I wish it would tell how many people are actually in here, type thing. Let's just get the word out to people. They can turn around and say, "Hey, I'm actually going to come and watch this live stream." What's that? Live streaming again. That's not how you do it. Question mark. Come join. So, boom, 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 boom. I don't know. It feels weird not having someone to talk to now. Very, very kind of weird. So, anyone want to talk or ask questions, and then hopefully should be able to answer. See what was said. So yeah. See, sometimes I think that if I was going to start streaming like properly, that I should have some sort of bit. I think just performing magic, or something like that. I think that would be click of the neck, or something like that. Let's put the word out again. I want to boom. I'm live streaming once again. Come and join. www.youtube.com/Airlim. Post. Okay, cool. That's all. That's all sent. What's up, Orville? I'm going to say Joel. Consider first. Yeah. I think like I put I tried to go through YouTube again, and it didn't like it. It was like, oh, you gotta set up this streaming software once again, and it just got to the point where I was just like, why can't I go live? Oh, which one did you get? I've got a ton of reviews now, but I'm not going to be sure if they're safe for kids. Yeah, no, John, you saw in the previous one, if you were, he told me about one, which I'm thinking about just going to keep doing it. I might just use them because it seems to be a lot easier than YouTube itself. And they turn around and say, "Oh, hey, it's so much easier. Invest in better stuff, YouTube." You got Magna Defender. He is a cool looking one. I have him as well. I haven't actually looked over yet. I got him during the week, and I'm just working my way. So many of them, but he's added to my collection. He'll probably stay in the box for a while until I can find a bigger box to put all of the Lightning collection in. but it's actually quite a cool one. So, oh yeah, I do love the Lightning Collection. It's so cool, but I think could be. I just want more. Like everyone's seen Wave 4 now. Everyone knows Trini's going to come in that box. Uh, I've been finding some at GameStop, Walgreens, um, and I'm guessing like any sort of shop or Target, Walmart, they'll be there as well. Um, was you able to keep up with the chat? Yes, I did, but it felt different where this one I can see all the chats like as they come through, but I felt like the other one, even though it worked, it dropped it down, so maybe in clumps. So I saw some of the questions, but because I was talking, we didn't get a chance. So if you have anything you want me to talk about now for the next possibly 45 minutes to an hour, then I will more than happily turn around and talk about it and see what everything that's going on. Um, because I do kind of really want to do some more live streams. It may become a thing now. I just have to kind of schedule it. So I may get people to come in and be like, "Hey, cool, let's talk, let's do stuff," and then we can have conversations. So obviously, I'd set up ahead of time, so it's not just like a boom, drop the hint now. It would be bam, we're on doing it straight away. I'm rambling. Um, to do, yeah, I just wish they were able to keep the quality the same across the board. I'm lucky mine are all super good to be no gruff. I thought you said snuffs then, but sometimes have been fine. Yeah, I think I actually thought you were talking about live streams then. Um, the Lightning Collection, I think it'd be kind of nice if they change. I'm guessing they're going to be changing the packaging a lot next year. So I know Hasbro are getting rid of the plastic. So it'd be interesting to see how they do that. I would probably say a sponge. I think that would kind of work, even though it may be a little bit more expensive. It'd be very interesting to see how they kind of do it. I also got Beast Morphers, Gold, SPD Shadow, and Goldar. Goldar was a lot harder to find, I think. He was the hard boy to find. But I think Beast Morphers Red is one of the harder ranges to get, which I didn't think would be. I generally thought it would be Goldar and Kimberly, but no, Kimberly's everywhere. But Beast Morpher Red, hardly anywhere to find. What do you want to see in the future for Power Rangers? Movie, animated movie, reboot? Okay, for what I kind of like, I would want them to carry on as normal with Power Rangers as the TV series. If it came to, say, an animated series, I would kind of like that, but I wouldn't want it to be kind of in the series. I think that if you were to do an animated series, I think that would be cool. That you could just get the original voice actors to come in and have their lines. If you were to have it, I generally think in the style of DC, like with some of their films. I think there's one where it's an alternative future, where where the DNA of it's not Superman, it's Zod, and it's in that, but that sort of style. I think that one would be really really cool. If they were to do a film, I would like possibly a soft reboot, but I would like it at like when they did with Spider-Man. Which is the one? The latest, not the latest Spider-Man. Far From Home? No, Homecoming. That's the one. Where we already know who the Power Rangers are. We don't need to have a reboot and an origin story. So I think kind of carrying it on would be an interesting fact. That to me would appeal more than say, here's the Power Rangers. This is what you've got to do again. It just wouldn't. I don't think it would work that much. So I think having a soft reboot would work much more. And I think kind of having the suits look the same as the original, not like spandex. Probably very similar to some of the Boom comic fan art that we've seen. There's one that looks really really cool that I think the suits would have worked really well. or even maybe the ones from the animated series that they did that short, which worked really, really well. I think that would kind of work more in my eyes. You got 10% off gold. Damn, 10% off is good. I would have probably tried to push them to at least 15 and be like, come on, the box. I'm a collector. And then see if they've done that. Even though I've not been to a GameStop in years, even though we don't have them in the UK, even when I've been in America, I've not been for a while. Um, I'm actually planning on starting a podcast soon, so would love to. Yeah, I am more than happy to do them. I actually kind of really like doing podcasts. You should be coming on here as well then. Get you on here. I think going forward, possibly in the new year, I might be doing, I would say, kind of weekly ones. I think that would be kind of cool. Setting up topics because I really want to see what what the topic is and stuff like that. I think that would be kind of cool. Um, I kind of really want to see how the YouTube stuff is going to work out. Because it's like you mentioned Power Rangers once, demonetized. Here's a fine. You're like, oh, fuck's sake. Um, so yeah, talk about that. I found Beast Monsters Red. See, for ages, like they've been over here, but Red you couldn't get. So maybe there wasn't stuff. So I was kind of to do Batman Beyond. I would love to do that in a series, even though this featuring people throughout the series in a big crossover storyline, big budget like Shattered Grid, but not Shattered Grid. So yeah, I understand. I think that would be kind of cool. I think if it was an animated series, I think you could do it a lot easier, where you could easily get people to do the lines and stuff like that, and then kind of bring it in. I would just love to see half of like the Ranger cast in the DC animated format. Like I said before, like Batman Beyond or Justice League back in the day. I always found that sort of style of character like stunning. Just the way that it all looked, and I think it'd be cool. So I am very much up for a DC version of Power Rangers. I also found a London collection White Ranger helmet, but I did not get it. I know the helmet looks really cool. I generally think the helmet is possibly one of the best things that they've done. I would be very I kind of really want one. So at some point I am going to get one and see what it's like. I would love them to do. What would I love them to do next? I'm guessing they're gonna have to do. I'm guessing we're gonna get a pink lightning helmet. But I would love one like completely like Mystic Force helmet, or a Zeo 5 helmet would be really cool. I know I'm not a huge fan of Tommy. Even a Gold Ranger. Change that. Gold Ranger. Bam. That's what I want. As I spill drink everywhere. Yes, I'm spilling everywhere. God damn it. I need a straw. But yeah, I think a gold Zeo helmet would be amazing. Yep, that would work too. I mean, look at Young Justice. I don't understand why Hasbro isn't jumping on it, but according to rumor, they might be in. So I've heard that Austin's going to be involved in a lot of things. And I think that's kind of cool. But if they were to do an animated series, I don't think young Austin would work. I think that you'd have to have like him as he is now. Like Jason, like his version of Jason, wherever it is now, that would work. Of the Bandai helmets being MMPR Red, 2017 movie, and green. See, they look really cool from the side or straight on, but I think Bandai didn't get it right. But then again, I haven't seen them for a while. I think, pardon me, I've seen green quite a few times, but I've not seen like red for a while. I didn't like the movie helmets for Power Rangers. It's one of the things that I would have changed straight away. I would have just got rid of them, scrapped it, and redid them better. So yeah, there's kind of a lot of stuff. Boom. Wilson confirmed that he's been working on something to do with Jason that is animated, but obviously he won't go into details. I'm wondering if it's linked to the Omega Ranger story. Omega Ranger story? Which one's that? Oh yeah. my mind blank. I generally thought SPD for some strange reason. Um, yeah, maybe it would be kind of cool if he came back now and did it. But again, I think like even if you look at Shattered Grid on like PlayStation, like the video game, it like it doesn't suit Jason for him being that young. Um, but I generally think Battle for the Grid, like when you listen to that storyline, like obviously Draken and JDF, yeah, they sound like perfect because he looks a lot older than being a teenager. But obviously with Austin, I don't think he looks like he sounds it. So I think that could have been slightly different. Um, I think it'd be kind of really cool. As a whole Power Ranger animated series would be absolutely stunning. Um, and I think that would work. I'm also going to try something. A button that says insert ad. So I don't know if an advert is going to pop up. I want to try it. So I know that people don't like adverts, but I just want to see what it looks like because normally I put in the ads after the stream. So I'm sorry if this picks up, but I want to try it. I just want to see what it looks like. I had inserted. I don't know what's happening. Okay, let's continue. Spam the ads. I won't. I'll possibly maybe throw in another one at some point. Tell me in the chat if that was a video or if it was a text box thing. So just let me know. To do it. I hope the video animated Power Rangers series. I think Hyperforce would work. Okay, so you have God damn it, you have premium ads. It's fine, don't worry. I'm not really. I just want to know if it came up. So I think Hyperforce would possibly would work. I just kind of think maybe you could do a cadet thing, uh, and have them trained up. But I generally I think I would love to see like a whole brand like of Rangers not seen, or when they did. Oh, what was it? Oh, the Hexagon project that they were going to do. I think that would be kind of awesome. Um, I would love it if who would I want? I would like Gia to be the leader for that one. We all know why. But I think Gia would be cool. Jen, I think Jen would be kind of awesome as well. Who else? No one wants Justin. Tidens kicks it. I don't want Justin. Uh, just think about it, and then it makes you laugh. Having a bad day, just think, fucking hell. Okay, I think he does pull it in the game. I think I'm gonna have to play Battle of the Grid. I think I will have to do it properly because I haven't like I got to the point where the game first came out, and then they did the horrible thing, and they just left it, and it just felt unopened. Like I really hated that game, but they've changed it. They've made it better, so I'll probably give it a go. So yeah. See, Andy, I know like we'd all watch it. I think that'd be cool. Like a Power Rangers animated thing would be nice. I don't know if you were in this like before, but I did mention that I'd like it in the style of the DC, like kind of like DC animated stuff because I think that is the style that I would. Yeah, I'm the new. I think that if you have it in the DC style of animation, I think that would be really cool. I would like that, and I'd watch it. I like the DC cartoons. Megaverse is not that bad. Operation Overdrive is the worst, and I love Super Mega Force. I just think it's a really good series. I just think it was a huge, massive, massive letdown. I think that it could have been a massive cash cow for Bandai at the time if they'd done it right. I think that they should have skipped Ghost Ager, or brought it in like they did with Die Ranger, where they had like these are the other Ranger powers or stuff, or they could have had an offset of Rangers. I think that would have been really cool. But yeah, it was a huge, huge, huge missed opportunity. As they say, some stuff. What was it? It was that pirate toys don't sell. Oh, what the hell? Whoever literally was on board, like, "Hey, guys, do pirate toys sell?" "Yes, they do." "Well, then we don't think they won't." Ah, yes, I mean, Blake Foster, I don't know what he thought he'd accomplish. Just that whole thing. Everyone seems to have forgotten it though, as everyone does. Oh god, yeah, that was the game that first came out. It was a disaster. It's amazing that man. If you like, I do like fighting games. I have kind of kept up to date with it. Um, it's just that I think when they're like, "Oh, here's a season pass," and now here's another season pass. I see them doing it for a while. I think I would have much preferred to have had, how do I say, like, do a season pass for maybe a quarter of the ranges, and then do another season pass for the next quarter ranges, and then keep doing it like that. Because I can see them milking it for a long time. Hey, ass. I'm not saying your full name. I'm going to call you your. That's probably it. Um, to do no Super Ninja Steel is the worst. I literally can't watch it, and I've watched some dumb, disgraceful things. Oh, right. Now, I when I reviewed it, when I reviewed Ninja Steel, I couldn't watch all of it myself. I think it was just I think when you watch Beast Morphers and then you jump back to um, when you jump back to Ninja Steel, it's just not like there's a whole scene with Preston where they make this giant hole, and he's just like, "Hey guys, watch out for the hole!" And then he jumps over it, and then when they stop, the camera pans around and there's nothing there, and I'm like, couldn't put a graphic in, couldn't make it look like you've dug a hole. Oh, it was just so bad. Um, Everyone, no one likes Justin. He's the reason why the franchise started to die down, as well as the cars in Turbo. Oh, just no. Um, do do do. Why did it looked like my computer was like, "Oh, I've done something." I detest the short-term memory loss the fandom has. Michael Copeland is the same. People forget he still owes people either a Power Ranger film or $3,000 back to the fans. Okay, I do agree. I think like I'd completely forgotten about that. When I saw him in Liverpool, I think earlier this year, I did actually ask him about that. I was like, "Oh, what happened to that fan film you were making?" Because I didn't know that I thought he'd made it. I thought it'd been out, but I just no one had talked about it. And I think when I was speaking to him, I was like, "When's your film coming out?" He was just like, he looked down like it's the worst thing in the world. So I think that if I ever get to speak to him, I might ask him about that because of the $3,000 and stuff. Like he should literally give that back to the fans. You know, I don't like it when fan films take money and then you never get anything back. It's like you might as well just give them money and say, "I mean, you just keep it. You keep this $3,000. You know, I don't need it. You can have it back." So yeah, I think basically, yeah, he should give it back. But again, no one will say anything. I think that regular Megaforce should have been its own thing when they did. Yeah, that's exactly. I think that if you had the Dino Charge cast as the Super Megaforce cast, it would have worked so much better. I think that would have been a thing. But I think that they just wanted to combine the seasons for some strange stuff because they wanted the 25th anniversary. So literally, you know, they skipped one. Did they skip one season? Pardon me. I think did they? No, they didn't skip one until yeah, it was like Go Buster because they went straight to Ninja Steel. But you kind of think that they would have gone. Well, this is the 25th anniversary. We could have like brought out all the old toys. We could have done this. We could have done that. But they didn't. So I think whoever was in charge of that dropped the ball, and they've lost a ton of money on that one. Because can you imagine releasing every single Ranger key? You know, they tried to rush it in a year, but if you did span it over 2 years, you could have had everything out by then and a ton of toys. Um, and JDF accusing Austin of not being a real martial artist and challenging to him fights every convention until you know he suddenly came back. Yeah, the thing with Austin and JDF, that was the thing. I generally thought that JDF knew that Austin wasn't coming back, and the fact is no one could see it. no one could get in contact with him. So it was more kind of, I'm going to run my mouth. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that. And then all of a sudden, they turn around and he comes back. And he's like, "Oh God, now's the time." Because if it was me, I'd just wind up at the convention, and be like, "So, we're going to talk about this," and then sit down and talk. Um, but I think JDF was scared at the time. I don't think he is now. But I think at that time he was like, "Oh crap, what's happened?" I think that's possibly it. Michael will not talk about it online. He literally bans people over it. He'd sort of walk away with it. I think that if you went for like a certain like tactic, like I didn't know anything about it, so I remember making a video on it when it came out because I really liked the story and the idea. But again, like you can't ban people if they don't know. Because if I just went up and said, "Hey man, I don't know anything about it," then what the hell? Like, he's like, "Get out, you're banned." Like, what? I asked you a simple question. What happens if a kid goes, "Hey, I heard that you think it." Yes, Andy, you can ask me a non-related parent question. So you kind of think that there should be some leeway. If you turn around and was like, "This is the reason why I can't speak about it," fine. But it will catch up with you. That's the thing. At least the order was messed up by the actors union for the order. That was a thing. I generally think just stand up. I generally think that could have been a thing. I can't say your username, but I know who you are. Hello. I think that the order is still happening. I just think that it needs to happen quicker. I think that more people need to realize and stuff. That's how I kind of think about it. Bring it in. But yeah, yeah. The order was messed up. I want it to come back. I do really, really, really want it to come back. But will it? I think that's it. MJ Spud 97. There we go. I thought it's like MZA. Okay. Mate, when Elston came back, he had the full-on meltdown. He was posting a full meltdown and was posting directly onto his AESJ Facebook page. Want to see pictures of insulting him about being overweight. Yeah, I saw a lot more. I talked to people who were directly involved with some of that, and believe me, they were not happy about it. So yeah, there was a whole thing about that, but I think he calmed down because I think they've both seen the reaction of what can happen because Austin has his fans, JDF has his fans, so it just turns into this whole massive war between them. Yeah, there's just so much there to it. It's just so really, really random. But I think JDF wanted to run his mouth, and now Austin's back. This can't do it. And I also now think that if JDF decided to have a go at him again, easily could pull the veteran card and stuff like that, and say, "How dare you take the piss out of the military and stuff." Like that's how far it can go, and that opens a whole can of worms. So my thoughts on the Sonic trailer. I really like it. I generally actually think it's a better thing than the first one that we got. But I would have gone to see the bad Sonic film because everyone loves like a dumpster fire, and it's like you can't not watch it. You're just compelled to go see a bad film and go, "Oh dear God!" But I do like the new Sonic. I think that he is it's I would say it's the closest to what we get. I'm happy with the design. I think that it looks like a fun film. I think one of my favorite lines it's just literally what was it? It's when Jim Carrey is like kind of dancing or something, and then he gets beaten. Is it Kevin or something? Like his assistant, and he goes, "Oh, I just wanted to bring you a latte," and then he goes, "I love the way you make them." I'm like, that's awesome. I think rather than an insult, I think it is possibly one of the greatest lines in the film. I really loved all the Easter eggs that they had. There was even some that I had to look up. I was like, "Is that what I think it is?" I was like, "Oh, hell's yeah!" Um, I think it's like, what was it? He's playing table tennis against himself, and it's Hilltop, and that's from Sonic Two. And I was like, I recognized that name, and I was like, "Oh, hell's yeah, that is." Him reading the Flash comics as well. I think that that was perfect. Um, I think that what I would have done is, it is, yeah, Hilltop, Green Hill Zone at the beginning, Hilltop, which is the lava one. Um, and then, oh no, I would have loved it if Grant Gustin was in it as the Flash, on TV, or as a cameo. I think I would possibly ask DC if I could have that. I really, really, really hope that we see Supersonic in it, because I think, oh dear God, I want to see that transformation so much. I want to see Super Saiyan. But at least we're a little bit closer to that Super Smash live action film. We got two for two. Can't wait to see the rest. I know we've got Jigglypuff as well. He can be in it. Oh, that'd be cool. So yeah, I'm really excited. I really like the trailer. What were your thoughts? Let me know. Because I think that every Sonic fan should go see this. And even if we didn't, as the memes say, we've all bullied the creators and a studio into doing this. The least we can do is spend £5 or $10, whatever, just to go see it. So I'm more than happy, and I'll get it on Blu-ray too, because it actually looks fun. It actually looks like an enjoyable film, and it's going to beat the Mario film. You know it is. God damn it, Bob Hoskins. God damn it. Um, So, well, Johnny Young Bosch and Dan Southworth have both abandoned the order. Karen said it was supposed to film this month. It hasn't. I think with what's going on with the Actors Guild, let's just move that. There we go. I think, yeah, let's move that so you don't see my kitchen. Oh, it looks really weird. This black line here and here looks weird. I think if they've abandoned the order, then that's fair, because it has been quite a while, I think, since it has. Um, it'll be interesting to know why. I think, where if they have, they no, because they have. I don't blame them at all. It depends if the others kind of fall in suit. I think that if all of them were like, "Yeah, I'm done," I think maybe Karen needs to, or Karen does need to give all the money back, even though it's a flop. No, I know one of them. At the point I was working on the page. Ah, okay. Exactly, man. I just hate the fact that JDF says it's over now, and suddenly everyone has to forgive him and act like he never said any of it, and says that ASJ is the one who doesn't want to make up. See, I think so. First of all, like, the whole thing is that everyone forgot about it. Believe me, they did. But I think that's the majority of the internet as well. People forget about it a lot. I think that you know with Austin and him not wanting to make up, I think it's going to be one of those things where Austin will say, "Well, it's JGF who doesn't want to make up." JF said, "Well, it's Austin, they don't want to make up." At some point, they are going to meet at a convention, and they're going to have to say something to each other. Because can you imagine a panel with the Red Ranger and the Green Ranger? It's going to be a thing where they're going to have to talk to each other. So one of them has to really kind of, how do we say, they both have to just bury this hatchet, swallow their pride, and just be like, for an hour, talk about it. But who knows if they will. Whoever makes that first move, that's the tactic. Austin walks up, shakes his hand, and JDF just brushes it away, doesn't say anything, then JDF will look like the bad guy. Vice versa, JDF goes up to Austin, shakes his hand, and Austin goes, "Not I'm doing that." Then Austin will look bad. It's one of those things. Chris wanted me a latte. Yeah, that's it. I love that line. Of course, I want a latte. I love the way you make it. I love it. I don't know. Does he whisper it in his ear? Because I would have. I loved it if he just whispered. Went, "It's because I love the way you make it." I think that would have, for me, if everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's creepy," I would be howling in the cinema, just laughing at it. It's the most full-on Carrey film. Yeah, I think Jim Carrey's. I think maybe they just went, do you know what, Jim, just go for it. Do you do what you want and freaking go for it? And he's gone, yes, give us Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey. That's what we want. And he's just gone, how's yeah, why not? The other day, I was playing Five Nights at Freddy Ultimate Custom Night. When I died, I got the Easter egg of creepy child dead face smiling. I've not seen that. To be fair, I've not even played that game. That I think would be kind of really weird. That would weird me out playing that game. I just wouldn't like seeing a creepy child's face. Not no. Almost did with the knight. Does Sonic wear Nikes in it? Does it? I can't remember. Does he actually have Nikes in it, or do they mention it? Do you know what? I don't want. I'm gonna have to look it up. Let's have a quick look. Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer 2. Okay. No sound. I ain't getting copyright striked. Let's have a look. Is it nice? Just the design looks so much better. It's so cool. In training as well, it just looks so cool. I think I actually really like the fact where he's got nunchucks as well. I want him to go supersonic in the film. It just looks such a good film. Like, I also kind of want to know is if they're going to do the whole thing that they showed at the very end of the first trailer, where like you saw the other Doctor Robotnik. But yeah, it does feel like it's a proper Sonic film. It just looks so goddamn cool. So also the memes have started coming out about it as well. It just looks like a good film. Freaking good film in general. It's what we need right now. Good wholesome film. Uh, okay, Puma. Okay. I didn't. I think I just skipped through it a little bit, but still, I'll watch it properly. But I love Sonic. He's awesome. Johnny left because it was taking too long. He said he has other commitments. Yeah, fair enough. I can understand if Johnny's got time commitments and stuff. You know, you don't want to be hanging like we might need you next week. Next week. Oh no, we'll keep you going. Like, dude, I'm like one of the most famous voice actors in the world. I have other things to do. Dan left because he was brought on to the big fight and stunt director, but a lot of the cast wouldn't listen to him, especially the girls. So he was like, I'm getting a better job to do. Fair dues. Fair dues. Again, if no one's listening, this is like, oh, I'm fucking leaving. Austin and JDF spoke at the film premiere in 2017. Austin turned them away, and that's why JDF won't try again. Dude, it was right after you were a douche. Try again now. Yeah, I think. Hey man, how you doing? I heard all this shit you said about me. Yeah, it's like, oh come on, guys, seriously. Maybe, but I think that if they don't speak now, then they won't speak for a very long time. And it'll be something like when they're 80, time to get that Power Ranger reunion going, and then that's it. But maybe one day, who knows? I'd love it if Hasbro forced them together. Guys, you got to do that film again, and they have to do that handshake. Like, hey guys, how you doing? It's like every single time they see that scene, they hate each other. It'd be priceless. No, tell people at Sonic to redo that scene. Make him whisper it in his ear. It'd be so much better than "Go make it." If people say that the child is a ghost, that's it. Okay. It's people say that the child's face is the ghost that's in it. Okay, I've never seen I know of Five Nights at Freddy's, but I've never seen I've never played the game. So, fun fact: Sonic's design was inspired by the fusion of Bill Clinton and Michael Jackson. Is it the first one or the second one? Because the second one's too cute for me to think of those two people. The first one, yes, yes, that's a really weird fact. If that is, the character in general. Damn, I remember something about Michael Jackson being it, but I didn't. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to look that up because that's a very weird thing. I know Michael Jackson did work for Sonic 3, but wasn't credited because he didn't like the sound, like the quality of 8-bit back then, or the way that it would work. So that was a really weird one. So I might have to have a look at that one. I thought it was something there. But okay, I don't think they'll sort it out yet. But Hasbro could just actually bring Jason Tommy back, and that would get views. It was so would get views. People would be like, "Oh my god, JDF and Austin together! Oh my god! Oh, that would make it. That would do it. It would make so much money. It so would, and people would tune in straight away to see that. Yep, and Robert Axelwood Axelrod, sorry, Robert Axelwood. It's sad that we lost him this year. I was very very gutted when I heard about it. I just generally think just it's very sad that he passed on. Same as with all the other Rangers that have passed this year. I can never say the Red Ninja Storm's his name, but with him passing his way, that was kind of a very big shock. Um, it's bad times. Um, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Like, but it's in the Sonic Wikipedia. I'm gonna have to get that. To be fair, I generally don't know why I've not got the Sonic Wikipedia. Are we talking about like? I'm now actually thinking of a book as Wikipedia as a webpage. Do you? Okay, fun fact. Blazemon, do you know what Sonic's middle name is? And it's not the. See if you know that one. Okay, I always held on out for the hope we might see Zed. I have one less right, but now Robert is gone. I hope they don't. I've never heard anyone be able to do that voice. No, I don't think anyone would be able to do Robert's voice like that. I think people will try, and there's a thing that people will have to. It's Maurice. Oh, you're on it. It's like the best Sonic name ever. People are trying to get that not classic. Oh, you Googled it. Oh, generally thought you were gonna just like be like drop knowledge. If you hadn't said I Googled it, I would have thought, dear God, this guy knows his Sonic. Well, I know that you know Google Sonic. I'm gonna have to think of something really hard. Like in my next stream, if I remember. Okay, I'm turning myself in. Doesn't It's fine. I generally like. It's a very rare thing that no one knows like what Sonic's middle name is. It was in a. Okay, no, you'll Google it again. I was gonna say, do you know where that is from? Like, 'cause it was never mentioned in the games. Um, cheaters win, losers get caught. Yeah, that's cheaters win. But you told me. Also, Alistair. Yes, I forgot about Alistair. Um, and Justin, yeah, I forgot about those two. Just having them pass, that was a bit kind of it. It was something that I didn't expect, at least. Um, I it's just very. I think when the news broke, I didn't talk about it because I don't know. I just didn't feel right talking about them at the time. Um, I paid my respects to Robert. The others, like just finding out, I was just like, oh, I'll pay my respects. Robert, because I met him once, Pal Morphcom, nice, one of the nicest guys. I just feel like I should have spent more time chatting to him. Um, I thought I would have more time at other Power Morphcons and stuff, and I didn't realize. So it's kind of a bad thing, but goddamn, I'm hoping we don't get any passings for a long time now. So, uh, apart from the puppet from the Turbo movie, not the actual person, Larry Go. Freaking hate Larry Go. I love watching videos on Robert's career. He did so much. Yeah, he did so much. I didn't realize like I do at the time when Digimon season 2 had come on. I didn't know that he was Armadillo Man. Um, I there's a load of other stuff I didn't realize Robert had done, and I was very shocked when I saw it. And to me, it's something that you know when you start looking into their past and like what they did, you're surprised at how much they've done. Yeah, I kind of really wish I met Red Ninja Storm as well. I think he sounded like he was a good guy from all the stuff that he'd done. Like everyone loved him, so it'd been kind of really interesting to meet him and actually just find out about more about his past, about his stories, and just listen to him. I think that would be kind of really cool. That's what I think. Like if you get a chance, maybe like if you're at a convention or something like that, and there's a ranger actor and you've got time, maybe ask them a really random question about like, oh, so tell me what this is like or whatnot. Like, I think that would be kind of cool. I try and ask them when I interview them really random questions. Um, so that's always a thing. I didn't realize he was in Time Force. Was he voice acting or was he in as himself basically? Uh, Robert's in a film with Bruce Willis in the 80s too. Can't remember. Seen a while back. Um, was that the one? Because I know there was one we went to an ice cream truck or something. Um, I remember that scene that someone popped up, but I haven't seen anything else. I didn't properly look into his career, although like looking back on a few of his like voice roles and stuff. Um, but it's just so interesting that these actors have done so much, but you always remember them for one specific thing. Again, like Lord Zed, and then when I found out he was Armadillo Man, didn't see that one. No, he was Carl. Yeah, I think I heard he was like in the film he was. Um, I might go back and have a look at that film to see what it's like. Um, yeah, just it's such a weird thing that you don't see that these actors do other things at times. Um, exactly. Plus, he was Finster blew my mind as well. I always imagine like, can you imagine talking to him about that? Going, what was it like going from Finster to Lord Zed? And obviously, I know like some voice actors they do them like separately, so they record all the lines like first, and then they do like the second character second. Can you imagine being like, "Oh, my Empress, I'll help it to retard," and like I'm not. That's not. That sounded more like Goldar. But like going from like to something different, that must have been very different. Like I just keep saying different, but very not the same, but the same. That's the word I'm looking for. Same as Rita and Barbara Goodson was always. Oh, I didn't realize that. Um, I did not know that. Damn it. He was an extra in an episode of Rangers Undercover. At the beginning, it's hard to spot him. Might have a look into that. Yeah, it's the same, but not the same, but they're also the same. Good old Robert. Just good. Oh, good old. So do. Oh, if you're into cracking videos, just probably didn't hear me crack, but yeah, don't want you looking in my kitchen. I was like, this is a really weird position to sit. Yeah, Power Ranger. So, do you think? So, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you think that Hasbro are going to continue the Tommy train, or do you think that they will move on to something else? Like Battle for the Grid brought in Carrion to voice Goldar, but didn't ask him to do Magna Defender. Maybe they, at the time they didn't know that they were going to have Magna Defender, but you kind of think that they would have had some sort of inkling that they would have. Um, Very weird that they didn't do that. Maybe they couldn't afford it at the time. Maybe they may do, pardon me, maybe they might do like a update patch or something. I think that would possibly be a thing. Um, let's click this ad thing one more time. Boop. Ad inserted. Don't know if it did anything. I'm hoping a little box pops up. You kind of think it would show you like here, like this is where the advert is, since it's live. But oh well. Yeah, yeah. I know he voiced Lokar. I know that one because you can definitely tell by the sound of it. Like like Rita. So, wonder what happened to Lokar. I know he was in the comic books in Soul of the Dragon, but wonder what he did. Hmm. What happened to Lokar? Um, the voices were done months after the release. Hasbro paid for it. I know a lot of the game's development thanks to Yuchi Games. Oh, is he a YouTuber? Because if he's talking behind the scenes, that I wouldn't mind looking into. As for the Tommy train, I think that they'll stop Tommy at a point. I think I was talking to someone about this a while ago. Is I think that Hasbro could easily turn another Ranger into the Love, like in not as big as JDF, but kind of focus along the train of it. So I think that if they decide to go with, I don't know, let's say, I'm going to think of a really random one, a Ranger that we don't know, Nick from Mystic Force. No, Chip from Mystic Force. There we go. You could easily turn around and start putting him in things, kind of bring it back and kind of advertise him a bit more, make people want him, be like, oh my God, like that. I love the Mystic Force. So I think that you could easily put it in. It would take a lot of work, but I do think that the nostalgia train is going to keep going, but maybe slow down for a bit. He runs the community Discord and the devs are in. He does Twitch streams more than so on YouTube, but the devs are quite open. It's only supposed to be a time. Okay. I'm guessing, yeah, well, compared to what the game was when it first released, it was a very it was a very short game. I think they literally thought, well, if we do Battle of the Grid, but I think when you open your fan base to something like that, like you want it more and more. And then when they kind of like marketed it to say, hey, this is going to be like Marvel versus Capcom, blah blah blah, whichever one it was. I think that people want the Ranger games, people want more of it, especially since there hasn't been a proper game since like Legacy Wars, and I think Legacy Wars did really really well. People enjoyed it a lot, and it's still going. It's still making money, even though that they've gone against one of the things that they said already, which was don't bring in the Street Fighter characters again. But I think that they need a bit more money because maybe everything's dropped, which they have because you could have brought the Ninja Turtles in and people would have bought it. So I think, yeah, like there hasn't been a decent Power Ranger game for such a long time. I'm not even including Mega Battle, which was a Streets of Rage game, which if you want to see it, I think it's on my channel somewhere. But I enjoyed that game actually. That was quite good. I just felt like it could have been a bit more than what it was. Hasbro, I didn't. I did not know that. Yeah, he was. Oh, he was the ogre. No, he was the ogre. But then Hasbro bought the franchise. Yeah, basically the game picked a really bad timing launch. Yeah, it was Mortal Kombat, and I think there was another game. Was it? It wasn't Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, they brought it out way too soon. They could have done it like pushed it back a little bit. And what are your thoughts about Lightning Collection, Lord Draken versus the Legacy? Okay, so as I can't get this hair out of my face. Okay, so I've not seen the Legacy one. No, so I've not seen the Lightning Collection Lord Draken. I think it was a matter of time for him to come out, and he looks really nice from what I saw. Because I did take photos and I did. Did I take video? I took photos of him anyway, and I think it looks more kind of like I probably would prefer that one more, but without seeing them like kind of like next to each other, I wouldn't know what they were. like, the comparison. I've not looked at any other reviews on it because I kind of really want to like look at it first and go, oh, that looks really cool. I like the color scheme. I think the head. I think from what I've heard, a lot of people have said that they've put a lot of time and effort into making Lord Draken look like Lord Draken. So it just means they're trying to push Tommy on that one. So my thoughts on it is, I didn't think that they would bring him out. I generally thought that they would have kind of brought it out much later on because so far we have, I think, is it 3 Tommy figures? So you have green MMPR, you have white MMPR, and then you've got Draken now. So you kind of think they would have brought it out a little bit later. Same thing as like with Jason, because I think in the next wave, or the wave after, we've got Gold Ranger, which I don't know why you would re-release a figure. Now people are saying like, oh, it's the San Diego Comic Con or it's the New York Comic Con, but a lot of places are stocking it. It's not like it's gone or anything. It's not like it's got that San Diego Comic Con. No, it's not like you got the Comic Con one, like the sticker on there, so it's easy accessible. Um, does that mean that we're gonna get another Jason figure with the shield? You know, I don't know why they're releasing Gold Ranger. Did you ever play Beats of Power? I don't think I did play Beats of Power. Yeah. I remember him being there. Oh, okay, Bruno's probably. I haven't seen Bruno's video yet because I've been live streaming and working on some videos coming out, some anime stuff, and lots more Figma stuff. Bruno, I see. I don't see Draken as another Tommy. I don't mind. I don't mind. I see him. I do see him as a Tommy. I see him as the evil Tommy. I just kind of think that regardless of him not being and him being Tommy, I think that it's just too much Tommy all the time. And this is what I think. Like for me personally, I found that this was Bandai's downfall. And if Andy's still in chat, he probably would say the same thing. Is Tommy is a good ranger to some degree, but it feels like when Bandai had it, it was straight on with how much you could produce. Um, but I think that they need to calm it down. I think kind of the way I really want Ranger Slayer, but I kind of would have liked to have that character much later on, in my eyes, because it's a great character, but it's focusing more on MMPR again. I'd rather they bring out less MMPR and kind of focus on, how do I say, like kind of having more like other ranges. Like you could take those two ranges and say Nick from Mystic Force or Scorpina. I think that would be. I know Scorpina's MMPR, so let's take that one out. Let's say Kendall from Dino Charge. Boom, bring it into that, and I think more people would like it compared to how much MMPR we've had so far. So we had white, red with shield, black with shield, green, pink. Now we get Trini, which I'm fine with, but then we're getting another Kimberly, and I think it feels like Hasbro are going to come along and just release MMPR, but slower than normal. Like Eclipser, he would be a good one. Can you imagine like if in the waves you've got 3 rangers and a bad guy, or 2 rangers and 2 bad guys? I know that we're gonna get. We've had which bad guys have we had? Goldar, Zed, Psycho Red, Psycho Blue, and I think that's it. So we've only had 4, but compared to how many other rangers we've had, like, can you imagine if we had a Grum, from SBD, or Korag? Now I'm going to call this now, and I swear this is going to happen. Double pack Korag, red and purple. That has got to happen. That is one thing that I want the most because it's easy to make. But the kicker is one face of Liambo, one of Nick. Oh, it has to happen. We have to have Korag double pack. If not, it's a lost opportunity. Like I can imagine like a Palmorphicon, if you were to have one of these. Oh, pardon me. If you have one of the exclusives, Rita and Scorpina, that would be perfect. And then obviously release them later on so everyone can have it. Do you think it's strange that Hasbro put out Lord Draken, Psycho Red, and Psycho Blue so soon after Bandai released theirs? Um, well, Draken's been out for over a year. Yeah, he's been over a year since Draken. With oh, with the Psychos, I think that they should have released them as the girls. I think that would have put a middle finger to Bandai. With them, do I find it strange? Maybe a little bit now that I think about it. Um, but I generally think at the end of the day, it would have been a lot better for them to come out later, maybe near the end of the run or in the middle of it. It is now you think no, now I think it is strange. Maybe they wanted to kind of capitalize on it to bring out these figures that people wanted so much that you could have it. Draken is just a weird choice. Like I much would have liked him to come out so much later than have Ranger Slayer, um, or something completely different. Who knows? I kind of really want to know who's thinking about this at Hasbro. Maybe they could give the reason why, but maybe Draken's going to come back in the comics quite a bit. You've already seen him a little bit when Jason's kind of rethinking about it, but again, who knows? I think they have their reasons. Maybe it's part of the game that they're going to have a big, massive, giant game of him in it. Bruno upon video. It's fan made game. The Streets of Rage. Nothing times better than the Mega Battle and uses the old asset. Oh, yeah, yeah. Send me the link anyway. I think I remember. I think I remember this. I actually downloaded it, but I could be wrong. And I was going to do a playthrough of it on the channel. I might give that a go. Actually, yeah. Send it to me so I can see it. Tommy Eclipta. I think an Eclipta and a Stromina figure. Can never say a name. I think that would be kind of cool to have a double pack if they're going into that realm. Or I think one double pack that I would have liked would have been the Psycho Rangers monster form, normal form. That would have sold. I think that would have been one of the highest selling Lightning Collection toys. Pardon me. Can you imagine that double pack? You see what the monster form is, the ranger form. Come on, you know that would be an awesome thing to have. I would totally be behind it. In Space is not my favorite season, but I would be all on board for it. Fun fact: did you know that in the Sentai they used the sound effect for Astromina's like bass is the TARDIS from Doctor Who because they sold the BBC at the time sold a ton of packs out of sound packs, and they bought it in Japan, and that was song was included. So when you hear the TARDIS, just think could it be the TARDIS? Could it be the battleship that destroys things? Who knows? It's gonna be the TARDIS. Okay, I agree. I want samurai. Yeah, I was like, what the frick was that? I want Samurai green and yellow, Lost Galaxy green and pink, Time Force and red, Lightspeed red and pink. Oh, the helmets. I thought you were talking about Legacy. I think they'd be kind of cool. I would love it if they did an entire Red Ranger range where you could have all the helmets. I think that would be kind of cool. The way that Hasbro can churn things out right now, I guarantee you could probably have the entire collection within 3 years. Can you imagine just having them like on a massive wall, like pretty much what we saw at the Saban Studios when that happened, when you had each Ranger, or you have them on glass displays. Oh, that would be cool. I'd love a pink Mystic Force one. I think that and any of the Super Mega Force Ranger helmets. As much as everyone bags on the series, you've got to admit those costumes look stunning. Something that has never been seen before. A pure villain wave would be good. I would have loved it if they had done a Beast Morphers villain pack. So Blaze, Roxy, Scruzzle, and Evox, because you know that they're all going to come out. You know at some point they all are. Scruzzel will either be in set wave season 2 wave, or he'll be a Lightning Collection figure. But the way that they're doing all Beast Morphers, I reckon at some point they're going to do the Beast bots as well. I reckon that's going to happen. Rito and Rito would be my pick, brother and sister. That'd be a good one. I think that'd be nice. Can you imagine if they did Goldar and Rito though? That would have been awesome. But I reckon Rito's going to come out at some point. As much as I don't like the character, that's going to be a good one to see. Scorpina could be an exclusive like Goldar was. I think having Scorpina, I think a convention. I think, but we all know that that's going to come out anyway. Through Hasbro Pulse, that's good. But I think Scorpina would be good. I think you're going to get the 2 heads. Obviously, you're going to get the actress, and then you're going to get the monster helmet, monster head. That's the thing. Do you think that we'll get Ryo Ranger and Chun-Li Ranger in the Lightning Collection? I don't think we will, only because I think that with the likeness of Street Fighter, if you didn't have the heads, maybe, but I think that the names like Ryo Ranger, Chun-Li Ranger, I think that you'd have to change the names. So maybe like I know Chun-Li is the Phoenix, so it would be Phoenix Ranger, and then Rooster Ranger, whatever Ryu's called. I don't know what his Ranger name is. I think that if you had that would be a possibly thing. But I kind of would like a Chun-Li head and a Ryu head. I think that would make it really cool if they're just standing like that with the helmets. That would look awesome. What if they do a Forever Red helmet pack? I think that would still be cool. I think that if you had all those ranges for Forever Red in a giant helmet collection, I think that how much does the helmet go? Helmet goes for like 60. So for a ton of ranges like that, you're probably looking at $600. Would you drop $600 to have the entire Forever Red series helmets? Because that would be insane, and I think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I think just having all that, just thinking about it now, having it on like say this wall right here, I think that would be kind of cool. It's quite a high wall. Rito isn't my favorite villain, but I loved his design and voice actor. Felt like he was really wasted after his initial introduction. Like Rito, he literally did something that Rita and Zed had never thought of. Let's just get a group of monsters together and destroy it. Why didn't they use that tactic again? Why didn't they go, okay, you got your new Zords. Well, if 5 monsters or 6 monsters could take them down, why not make 10? The Rangers would know exactly to see it coming. But we see Rito, you got six monsters. Yeah, I've got another 6. 12 monsters? Yeah. You messed up, Rangers. You could easily do a lot more damage, and you could easily take out the Rangers straight away. I just don't know why they never did, thought that plan worked. It's like, oh, do you remember that plan, Zeddy Poos? Yeah, that plan really worked, didn't it, Rita? Yeah, generally, do you think we should do it again? Do what again? Okay. I think no one had seen Rito at that point, and he literally went into it straight. Yeah, same thing as Mastavar when he fought in the Zords. It was an amazing fight, and actual spells and effects going everywhere. Yeah, you have something that could take down Ninja to siphon his power. Make it drop down so you can't use yours. Oh, it's just these are plans. I'm off to the M5 Galaxy, boys. See you later. Come on. Oh. So why weren't the I think there's 2 different things when it comes to morphing. I reckon that there is it's instant morphing. So when it's like, it's morphing time, Dragon Zord, but I reckon when the bad guys see it, it's an instant change. It's just something like aesthetic to to kind of show it and add stuff. It's like in Ben 10, um, when he transforms, you see him turning into, say, Diamond Head or um, Forearms or whoever. Yeah, you see this whole thing of him changing, but actually it's an instant transformation. Um, so I think that when you see them doing, like, say, lights, I don't know why I'm thinking about Lightspeed Rescue, when it's like, and then you do the whole like that, it's an instant morph rather than you see the thing. Because if the monsters are more like, okay, well, it's going to take 5 minutes, I might as well just go make a cup of tea and then have a sandwich. I think that you would see, you could easily take them because why? I think it's an instant morph, but to see that transformation, you have to visually see it. Because can you imagine just being like, oh, it's morphing time, straight away and fight? I think, yeah, it's a thing that you just see to aesthetically please, so that there is a transformation, and also to bump in what 15 seconds worth, or maybe a minute more. It's happening. Yeah, Joel, it's the Concession Junior. Because technically, it's yeah, exactly. That's it. That's how I've always seen it. When they morph the instant it's set up, so it's how they actually look. Some morphs took a long time. Yeah, it's just the way they do to kind of like pan it out to make you look like, to kind of make it look more entertaining than it is. I mean, do you think that JDF does that backflip in Dino Thunder? All those moves are stunning, so it just kind of brings it out a bit more. Same with Zord combinations; it actually happens really quick. Like the Sentai shows always explain that everything happens in like 3 milliseconds, and the sequence is slowed down for us. And it's just like stormtroopers when the monsters shoot, the rangers miss. Yeah, well, stormtroopers always miss everything. You can literally be like that, and they'd be like, and you'd be like, why did it go that way? I think it's just a way to kind of, these things just bring it out so we can see it happening, and it's more entertaining. Look at like in Sentai where you have like the Red Ranger always running like no, and it instantly transforms rather than seeing that transformation. Yeah, I generally I like the way that they do it. I see the reason why they do it. I think it's just a decent thing for it. So it's all good. Let's hit the ad one more time, because then I don't have to put it in later. I don't know. For people who don't have YouTube Red, does that actually show an advert? Or have you guys caught up and it's just like, oh, here it is. It's like a 3-second one. Okay, so I am going to start closing this down. So I'm going to take a few more questions because I is tired. It's almost 1 in the morning. Would you want Lightning Collection Rear Soldier figures when it gets adapted? Yes, I do like the costumes. I generally like the Lightning Collection. The Rear Soldier ones look really, really nice. The series is I've just literally gone. But I think collecting them all would be nice. I generally like, when it comes to the Lightning Collection, I generally do want full teams. I think this whole thing that Hasbro said back last year at MorphCon, where they said that they were only going to concentrate on a few, I generally think it's a bad thing. I would really love teams, and I'd still get teams that I don't like, because I generally really like the Lightning Collection for what it is. So I think that's a really good one. So for Rear Soldier, I even get Hyperforce as well. I've not listened to the Hyperforce thing because 2 hours, right? So yeah, Rear Soldier I think would look kind of cool. I think having like the power up ones as well, that would be awesome to see. Because I know the Red Ranger recently just got a power up for a claw. I think that looks fine. So yeah, Rear Soldier I would highly get it at Infinite. Okay, more entertaining. You got it. Just looked at the 2017 film for what they did at the same Sentai, and why wouldn't they attack the Rangers home if they're? See, I think that there is a code to some degree. I think there is a code to where monsters and Rangers wouldn't go to the base, apart from like, was it Lightspeed Rescue, where they did actually go for the base. But I think it'd be kind of a bit more boring. can you imagine like episode one, brand new bad guys come along, they find out where the Rangers live and they just destroy the house and kill them all. It wouldn't make a great thing. Same thing as like if the Rangers go, well, this bad guy lives on the moon. Well, let's just take the Zords into space and destroy the base. It's more kind of to, you know, I think kind of pan it out, rather than let's just destroy, can't even speak. Let's just go destroy a city. Frick it, let's go destroy that city. Um, do, 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 they can't die if a monster hits the Rangers out of the suit. They'll be fine. I think that you just described the plot for everyone. Yeah, I think you hit the. I think the suit takes a bit more damage. Um, yeah, I think like a hit like there's sparks come out. Where do the sparks come from? Who knows? Yeah, Infinite. I think a Max Reasol Red would look an awesome figure. And can you imagine where it could pose properly? It could. You could have it. Can you imagine having them fight other rangers or stuff, or have them in the proper pose? I think. I think the thing. I will see you later, Saga Gold. Have fun. Drop me the link to it so I can have a look. You know where to find me. It's so late. Yeah, so Rear Soldier, all of them would look kind of cool. I want the entire series to do it. I want all the Rangers to come out, but I think that we're gonna get. I think the way that they're churning out the Lightning Collection though, perfect. I think, but they're doing something that Bandai could never really do. I think that's the thing. I think my friend and I worked out that at the time of one of the series, I don't know which one. I think let's say Ninja Steel. It would take 10 years to get every single Ranger. That was the release dates, like the quarters. Yeah, I think Hasbro made pound. I think Hasbro have done it really well. I'm still on the fence. As much as I love what they're doing, how they've done stuff, I believe that they will still continue to do well, but I want to see what it's going to be like running into the next season because I think that's when it is. It's effectively like if you watch anime or a new TV show, you give it about say 6 episodes into how it works. If you're interested after the 6 episodes, then boom, you're more invested into it. So I think I'm gonna wait till the next season and see what the toys are like because that'll be a big thing. Like when you've just brought something and you made it great, you want to turn around and you want to make it decent. So obviously the first one's going to be absolutely amazing, but then give it the next season and see if that continues on. Um, if people think it's the worst series ever, let them do it because at the end of the day, from what I've noticed, pardon me, from one thing I've noticed within the fandom is everyone will turn around and say, "This is crap. This is bad. This is the worst season ever." And then it takes some time to reflect on it. So let's break down Beast Morphers. Beast Morphers has more action than most of the series. It used a fraction of the Sentai footage. They rebuilt a lot of their own sets. The only Sentai footage that you will see will be Megazords and maybe the occasional, maybe split second of the monster fight. I think that yeah, I'll get to that Ranger thing with the weapons in a minute. Um, I think that when you look at it, I think if you guys haven't seen the Christmas episode, not a spoiler, but it's the most they use a lot of Sentai footage in that episode. So I kind of think they saved it for that. But for majority, its own fight scenes, its own stuff that is completely different. And that to me makes it stand out. So if people want to think it's the worst series ever, fair dues, ask them why. Because if they can't come up with anything, just Chris it is, frick him. Just that exactly. And never see. I don't know why they put that line in, but it never really got me. Like it never ranging never lets go of the weapons. You can lose it, just call in another one, just summon it back. I think it was just the line that they put in. So, unfortunately, it's the one that is there. Um, I like Beast Morphers. Beast Morphers is a very good show, and compared to how we've had it for the past 8 years, I generally think that no, it could have been 10 out. It's a lot better than most, and 8 years of crap is I would take Beast Morphers over a lot of them. Um, Better written show. I think if people turn around and have a go and say, "Oh, it's because of Ben and Betty," I would say, "Look at Victor and Monty." Now, put those two together, or those four, run them as normal. Which one would you get tired of first? Because mine would be Victor and Monty. Even though I've met Monty and he is a really cool guy, um, I just can't watch Victor and Monty. It feels like those characters um, were very they were put in there to be the comic relief, but they weren't done in a correct way. I think some of the stuff they did was funny at times, but I think that at that time they thought, oh, let's overdo the comedy, like Victor, I've eaten the beans, Victor, and then that was it. Where Ben and Betty, they actually try and help, they just have very bad luck. Um, that's how I see it. I don't hate them. I prefer Ben and Betty, and they make the show so much more interesting. But then again, it's a random thing. Victor and Monty are just annoying and just very badly written. I reckon they could have been ridiculously good characters if they were written better. And you can tell that the writing in Beast Morphers is far superior than the most of the Ranger series. Okay, so do you know what? Gonna go for 1 minute 30. Is 1:22 out. It's been 1 hour 22 minutes. So a few more questions, and then when it roughly comes to 1 hour and 30 minutes, I'll kind of reel it in because I kind of want to go to bed and I kind of want to review some toys. I've got the Lightning collection tomorrow. So Wave Two, Green and Putty, Green Ranger and Putty, and Psycho Red and Lost Galaxy Red. The ones that have got to be filmed, and including some Figma. That's my kitchen, yeah. Um, have they just told you that there's some more stuff coming? Um, or are they giving you more discount? That's the thing. Uh, uh, uh. No, I just noticed one girl who works there. Oh, cool. If she likes you, ask her out. Say, would you like to go for a coffee? And then see what happens. Um, if it's not ridiculously old age, like 20 years, then it should be fine. But if she's within age range and you are of age, then cool. So you're 16. Is she something like 20, 26? Not 36, because, yeah. Just, I would probably say, just inquire. Like, oh, coffee? Um, so, yeah. Uh, Everyone, apart from you, Joel, has gone quiet. Everyone, three. I wish I could see who's watching. Just like Are these your friends or are they other people? She might like, just give her the store money. Be like, hey, um, then that must mean damn it, everyone likes me. No, if she likes you, ask her. Why not? What is the harm? Um, just if she says no, be like, well, I'm going to shop here anyway. I remember those days. Sorry. Yeah, I remember those days of where you like someone that worked in the shop, you asked them out, and they went no. And you're like, cool. And then yeah, then you wouldn't go back and shop for a while. Toys R Us, I've never like I like Toys R Us. I just found them like too expensive. They yeah, the nearest Toys R Us here where I was like 45-minute walk, and then when you got down there was hardly anything in there. So you like, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to go down. So yeah, but they're coming back. Who would have thought? I thought they would never like come back at all, and bam, here they are. Um, my city had only one Toys R Us. Yeah, like you kind of think for the powerhouse that they were, you think that they would have more. But then again, from what I heard, Toys R Us didn't go down the road of like the digital age, so they were kind of living in the past a lot, which kind of made it really worse. That if you're gonna sell toys, you're gonna have to move into the realm and do something different, rather than just how do I say miss miss out on it and stuff like that. You kind of want to bring people in. My Walmart sucks at Power Rangers stores. See, a lot of places don't stock it like Power Rangers. Here we only have like maybe one shop. No, there's two different chains that would stock it, but they don't seem to have a lot. So when I went to look for um, Roxy, Jax, Steel, and Evox, I found them at a convention at Tokyo Toy Stores. Go check them out. Where they had like the ones there. I didn't get pardon me. I didn't get Chase because it would just been expensive. But they're the next lot I want to really get. Chase, Chase. Oh, I can't remember the Smash. That was his name. And I get that, but I'll be collecting it and doing it again. That'll be an update for if I decide to carry on. I only got like one Imaginext Power Rangers toy. Imaginext? I'm thinking the preschool one. No, I'm thinking about the right one. I never looked into them. Those ones never kind of interested me when it came to toys. Um, they looked okay, but I just didn't want to collect them. I was all about Lightning collections. Lightning collections, legacy collections, and stuff that actually looked decent. The Imaginext stuff looks fine to some people. It wasn't for me. That's how, yeah. I think the toy age is slightly chiming. Hi, Deckermaster fan, aka Kamen Rider Zeo. Sanjo, I don't know. But you've come in quite a bit late because we're winding this down a little bit because I'm going to bed in a minute because I am quite tired. So you jumped from 3 to 6. Guess more people wanted to join. Oh, do you know what? We'll give it a little bit more time in case people want to talk about the really random stuff, or just see me being really, really tired. So give it maybe another 5 minutes. So yeah, yeah, I think the toy companies at the moment, they should kind of do oh tired, change the way they are. My room is filled with Power stuff. That's nice. Have you got quite like a vast collection? I'm guessing. Oh, people dropped out the room. I'm guessing is it quite like a vast collection or um I stopped watching Power Rangers. Cool. Everyone stops watching at some point, I think. Um I think it depends on how. But yeah, I stopped what to be fair, I stopped watching when just after In Space, I just got bored. I didn't get bored. When I was in high school, people didn't like it and that sort of stuff. They were like, "Oh, you can't like this thing," so I kind of stopped watching. I shouldn't have, to be fair, because um, people like if people say stop watching because they don't like it, to them. Um, Yeah, people grow up. I understand. I know people that would argue, but if people grow out of it, people do. I think I always think it's kind of like the Marvel DC. Like if you watch a lot of Marvel stuff, you slowly go to DC because it changes. So I'm guessing that you grew out Power Rangers, but they may have found Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, which be the kind of transition that I kind of normally would, because sometimes you go, oh, I kind of really want to know what this series was like, and then you kind of go into it, and then once you find Super Sentai, you find Kamen Rider, and then you go straight to it, straight on. That's how I normally kind of like see it and kind of analyze it. I back when I was younger, like it was you couldn't watch Sentai at all. There was no way of doing it. Not I think not unless it was. It's now a lot more accessible. I just got into more doors. I think tastes change. So if you got into more gory stuff, I think that's kind of cool. I think everyone finds their footing on what they like, and then as soon as you find more stuff, you kind of go, oh well, that stuff I kind of want to move away from. Or sometimes you'll revisit it in years and go, oh, that's cool, but I'm still going to stick with this. What did I grow into? I kind of like the superhero stuff. I've been watching Amazon's. I don't know that. I'm guessing Amazon Prime, or it's something completely different because I don't know Amazon's. Not heard that one. Bum. Do do do. Okay. Yes, Amazon. Why do I kind of know that one? I've heard the name. But I've never seen it. When you say it, I remember that might be on Prime. Might give that a watch at some point. I watch Power Rangers, never look back. Some people stick with the brand. I think that people do. I think that if you love the brand a lot, then that's it. Like you kind of stick with it. Like I watched it, like when it first aired, and now I talk about it and I express my love through that. Even though I need to kind of go back and watch a lot of the series, um, but if I watch the newer stuff and I watch sometimes Kamen Rider, and then I kind of watch um, Super Sentai. But again, Fours or Forze was the one that I generally really liked a lot, which kind of made me watch Kamen Rider. And then I just didn't kind of watch the rest. I do want to kind of watch Kamen Rider Amazon's. If it's the one I think about on Amazon, I kind of really want to see it because I found out like, that's weird. I think there is a season for everyone, but then I think there's a season isn't for everyone. Pardon me. Showa Riders. Is that more thing? Showa Riders? That's the chat thing. Oh, I don't want to add an insert. Oh, I can't actually say something. Oh, I can. That was very weird. I don't know why that thing. Yeah, I would like. I'm kind of interested, like if they would bring Kamen Rider back, because I know Hasbro still have the rights to it, but I would genuinely want to know if Kamen Rider is going to come back. If it's going to be like if they could make a UK version, um, not a UK one, sorry, like an American adaptation of it. I'm going to adapt. Cool. I'm glad you're going to adapt it. I didn't wonder what series. I think if I was going to adapt it, it'd be Forza or Force. That would be the one that I would adapt because I think it's the funner one so far, and then I kind of would go into Wizard, and then the newer one, like the time one. So the one that you've got like Zeo. I just call it Zeo. That would, I think, be kind of a cool one. But I think you'd have to land, or you'd have to have more common riders because these riders you don't know about what's going to happen. Time Force. Time Force is a good series. Megaforce or Super Megaforce, I really liked. Even though many people absolutely hate it. But right, I am gonna leave it there. I may schedule more live streams for in the future, but for now it's getting late. I kind of want to go to bed, so thank you very much. We do speak of Megaforce. At the end of the day, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But there are people who do. So I think it was a very missed opportunity. I think that they should have just stuck with Super Megaforce and dropped Megaforce, but they had their regions. They had their reasons, and their reasons were silly. So, yeah, I liked it. Super Megaforce mainly. Pardon me. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Everyone who has answered, who has possibly gone to bed themselves. Thank you very much for joining me. If you want to see more live streams, then comment on some of the other videos so I can see. I'm going to schedule more of them. I just need to kind of work out a schedule. If you know, there's a ton of changes that's going on, and I'm going to be kind of working those out very, very soon. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel, and like the video when this goes live in possibly an hour's time as it processes. So cool. Thank you very much, guys. So sign out as I can remember it due to this tired state is thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like this video, then give it a like. Subscribe, click that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop, because there's quite a lot coming. And as always, Ranger Nation, thank you very much for joining me in this stream, and I'll see you in the next video when I hit the end stream. So thanks very much, guys, and have a nice night or day, depending on what time. Do I want to end it? Do you want to end the stream? Yes. Yes, I do.